Shri Ramanesha karavalamba Stotram. Ananda Makarandam, page 94. Hridaya kamala madhye rajamanam munindram pranata jana sudhabdhim Jnānamargagraganyam Rijupadadishamadhyam Dakshinamurti Rupam Ramana Guruvarenyam Bhavaye Bodhasuryam Aham cha te dasyavatam cha dasaha Tavaiva padabjarajah prapadye Tvameva natham hridaye bhajami Karavalambam ramanesha dehi Gatistvamevasya vamam kripalo Katham tareyam bhavasindhumetam Dineshu dinosmi kutumbanathaha Karavalambam ramanesha dehi Kutumba poshaya viyanta ayuhu Luthanti ghore bhavakananesmin Tatha namam mohaya dina bandho Karavalambam ramanesha dehi Aham cha maya shichaya subaddhaha Kalatra vittapta sutadisaktaha Katham vimukta bhavavari rashehe Karavalambam ramanesha dehi Samsaradavanalata patapto Brahmami bhitya sharanam na jane Jnānopadeshaya grihita gatra Karavalambam ramanesha dehi Koham kutascheti vicharanena Nivrittirishta bhavata bhavabdhehe Soham vimuhye bahubheda buddhya Karavalambam ramanesha dehi Ahankritigraha grihita buddhehe Vimoktumeka gatirisha vakshye Tvatpadapadam kurume cha shirshni Karavalambam ramanesha dehi Avidyamanaapyavabhati maya Nishaiva bhano puratascha chitra Tattvam padartham dishame dayalo Karavalambam ramanesha dehi Tvameva matasi pita Tvameva bandhuscha sakha Tvameva Tvameva vidya dravinam Tvameva Karavalambam ramanesha dehi Puracha bhuman bahavopi santaha Yogena baddha nija chitta jalam Samahitantah karana virejuhu Tatha kurutvam nija bodhabhano Tatha kurutvam nija bodhabhano என்ன வேண்டும் என்ன வேண்டாம் என்பதை எல்லாம் என்னை விட நன்கறிந்தோன் என் பெருமானே. எனக்கென்ன வேண்டும் என்ன வேண்டாம் என்பதை எல்லாம் என்னை விட நன்கறிந்தோன் எம் பெருமானே. தன்னை வேண்டும் அன்பர் தந்தை தாயுமானே, பின்னையார் பின் பேக வேண்டும் பிள்ளையாம் நானே. எனக்கென்ன வேண்டும் என்ன வேண்டாம் என்பதை எல்லாம் என்னை விட நன்கறிந்தோன் எம் பெருமானே. நான் நினைத்ததிவடென்றால் நியாயமாகுமா? ஸ்ரீரமண நீச்சை அன்றி ஏதும் நல்லதாகுமா? தானினைத்ததிவன் கேள் போந்தாசனாகுமா? சர்வமும் அறிந்தோன் செய்கை தப்புமாகுமா? எனக்கென்ன வேண்டும் என்ன வேண்டாம் என்பதை எல்லாம் என்னை விட நன்கறிந்தோன் எம் பெருமானே. இச்சையற்ற வாழ்விலுள்ள இன்பமின்பமே, எண்ணமற்ற ஞானம் ஒன்றே இன்பமின்பமே. அச்சமற்ற வாழ்வழி போன் அப்பனின்பமே, அன்றி மாந்தரால் விளைவு யாவும் துன்பமே. எனக்கென்ன வேண்டும் என்ன வேண்டாம் என்பதை எல்லாம் என்னை விட நன்கறிந்தோன் எம் பெருமானே. காண நல்லதே எனக்கு காட்டி வைப்பனே, காது நாசி காயம் நாவும் கட்டி வைப்பனே. ஆணவம் கீழம்பிடாமல் ஆதரிப்பனே, அவ்வப்போதங்கானவாறே ஆட்டி வைப்பனே. எனக்கென்ன வேண்டும் என்ன வேண்டாம் என்பதை எல்லாம் என்னை விட நன்கறிந்தோன் எம் பெருமானே. என்று நான் எங்கென்ன ஒன்றி அற்ற வேண்டுமோ, அன்றதங்கேயாகுவான் கேட்டாக வேண்டுமோ. நன்றதன் நன்றியன்றி தீமை வந்திங்கென்னை தீண்டுமோ. ஸ்ரீரமண நன்றி வேறெனக்கென்னாக வேண்டுமோ. ஸ்ரீரமண நன்றி வேறெனக்கென்னாக வேண்டுமோ. எனக்கென்ன வேண்டும் என்ன வேண்டாம் என்பதை எல்லாம் என்னை விட நன்கறிந்தோன் எம் பெருமானே. எம் பெருமானே, என் பெருமானே. ரமண ஸ்துதி பஞ்சகத்திலே கும்மி பாட்டு. ரமண குரு பதம் பாடுங்கடியத்தை தேடி நின்றே ரமித்தாடுங்கடி, பெண்காள் கூடி நின்றே ரமித்தாடுங்கடி. ரமண குரு பதம் பாடுங்கடியத்தை தேடி நின்றே ரமித்தாடுங்கடி, பெண்காள் கூடி நின்றே ரமித்தாடுங்கடி. தங்கும் சிவலோகம் தன்னை விட்டு தயவாக திருச்சுழி தன்னில் வந்து, அங்குமிருக்க மனம் சகியாமலே அருணகிரி தன்னை நாடி வந்தான். ரமண குரு பதம் பாடுங்கடியத்தை தேடி நின்றே ரமித்தாடுங்கடி, பெண்காள் கூடி நின்றே ரமித்தாடுங்கடி. விரும்பி வந்திடும் அன்பர்களை விருபாக்ஷ குகையினில் தானிருந்து, கரும்பு போல் ருச்சி காட்டி கழித்திட காட்சி தந்தான் அருள் பார்வையுடன். ரமண குரு பதம் பாடுங்கடியத்தை தேடி நின்றே ரமித்தாடுங்கடி, பெண்காள் கூடி நின்றே ரமித்தாடுங்கடி. சோணகிரி தன்னில் ஜோதி வடிவதாய் தோன்றிடும் ஈசனருளாலே, ஆணவ காமிய மாயையறு தெரிந்தான்ம சுகத்தில் கழித்து விட்டான், ஆன்ம சுகத்தில் கழித்திடுவான். ரமண குரு பதம் பாடுங்கடியத்தை தேடி நின்றே ரமித்தாடுங்கடி, பெண்காள் கூடி நின்றே ரமித்தாடுங்கடி. எங்கும் நிறைந்த பராபரமாயொளி தங்குமிடமதொன்றில்லாமலே, கங்குல் பகலர நின்ற இடமதை கண்டு கழித்தனன் தானாகி. ரமண குரு பதம் பாடுங்கடியத்தை தேடி நின்றே ரமித்தாடுங்கடி, பெண்காள் கூடி நின்றே ரமித்தாடுங்கடி. பஞ்சபூதங்களில் தானிருந்தானவன் பஞ்ச கோஷங்களை தானறுத்தான், பஞ்ச தன்மாத்திரை தாங்கூடி தானவன் பஞ்ச இந்திரியத்தை தான் ஜெயித்தான். ரமண குரு பதம் பாடுங்கடியத்தை தேடி நின்றே ரமித்தாடுங்கடி, பெண்காள் கூடி நின்றே ரமித்தாடுங்கடி. மூன்று ஷரீரவும் தான் மறந்தானவன் மூன்றவஸ்தைகளும் தான் ஒழித்தான், மூன்று குணங்களும் தாண்டி விட்டானவன் மூன்று பதம் கடந்தேறிவிட்டான். ரமண குரு பதம் பாடுங்கடியத்தை தேடி நின்றே ரமித்தாடுங்கடி, பெண்காள் கூடி நின்றே ரமித்தாடுங்கடி. பின்னு வினயதும் காணாண்டி பிறையோங்கு தனி சிவமானாண்டி, இன்னும் ஜீவ உயிரானாண்டி இனிதாக பர உயிரானாண்டி. ரமண குரு பதம் பாடுங்கடியத்தை தேடி நின்றே ரமித்தாடுங்கடி, பெண்காள் கூடி நின்றே ரமித்தாடுங்கடி. ஜீவத்துயிரையும் பரத்துயிரையும் சேர்த்திருக பிடித்தொன்றாக்கி, பாவத்தி நின்று தன்னை மறந்தே பரமாகி பழுத்து தனித்து விட்டான். ரமண குரு பதம் பாடுங்கடியத்தை தேடி நின்றே ரமித்தாடுங்கடி, பெண்காள் கூடி நின்றே ரமித்தாடுங்கடி. வீணினில் வாயை வளர்ப்பதனால் என்ன வெங்கடரமண வேதியனே, காணி நீ காட்சி என்றோதியறைந்தானே கண்விழியாலெந்தன் கண்ணத்திலே. ரமண குரு பதம் பாடுங்கடியத்தை தேடி நின்றே ரமித்தாடுங்கடி. பெண்காள் கூடி நின்றே ரமித்தாடுங்கடி. ரமணனென் சத்குரு ரமணனென் போதகன் ரமணனென் நாயகனாக்கிவிட்டான். நமவென்றவன் பதம் நாடி விழுந்து நாம் நாட்டியமாடுவோம் ஞான பெண்காள். ரமண குரு பதம் பாடுங்கடியத்தை தேடி நின்றே ரமித்தாடுங்கடி. பெண்காள் கூடி நின்றே ரமித்தாடுங்கடி. பெண்காள் கூடி நின்றே ரமித்தாடுங்கடி. உனக்கே நமஸ்காரம். சாதுவோம் சுவாமிகளோட. உனக்கே நமஸ்காரம் உனக்கே நமஸ்காரம் உண்மை பரம்பொருளே ரமணா. உனக்கே நமஸ்காரம் உனக்கே நமஸ்காரம் உண்மை பரம்பொருளே ரமணா. மனக்கண் விளக்கிடும் மகக்கண்மணியே உனக்கே உனக்கே நமஸ்காரம். உனக்கே உனக்கே நமஸ்காரம். நான் பார்க்கும் பொழுதெல்லாம் என்னுள்ளிருந்தவை பார்ப்பதோடென்னையும் பார்ப்பவனே. ஊக்கமேன களி தொய்க்கும் ரமணா. உனக்கே உனக்கே நமஸ்காரம். உனக்கே உனக்கே நமஸ்காரம். நான் கேட்கும் பொழுதெல்லாம் என்னுள்ளிருந்தவை கேட்பதோடன் குரல் கேட்பவனே. ஊட்டமளித்தென்னை உய்க்கும் ரமணா. உனக்கே உனக்கே நமஸ்காரம். உனக்கே உனக்கே நமஸ்காரம். நான் முகரும் பொழுதெல்லாம் என்னுள்ளிருந்தவை முகர்வதோடென்னை முகர்பவனே. உகந்த பேரம்பினால் உய்க்கும் ரமணா. உனக்கே உனக்கே நமஸ்காரம். உனக்கே உனக்கே நமஸ்காரம். நான் சுவைக்கும் பொழுதெல்லாம் என்னுள்ளிருந்தவை சுவைப்பதோடென்னை சுவைப்பவனே. உவக்கும் கருணையால் உய்க்கும் ரமணா. உனக்கே உனக்கே நமஸ்காரம். உனக்கே உனக்கே நமஸ்காரம். நான் தொட்டிடும் போதெல்லாம் என்னுள்ளிருந்தவை தொட்டறிந்தென்னை தோடுபவனே. உட்பலமிந்தென்னை உய்க்கும் ரமணா. உனக்கே உனக்கே நமஸ்காரம். உனக்கே உனக்கே நமஸ்காரம். எண்ணுவதெல்லாம் அறிந்தென்னுள்ளெண்ணவோர் எண்ணமில்லாதென்னை எண்ணுவனே. உண்ணுவதென்னை யுகந்த ரமணா. உனக்கே உனக்கே நமஸ்காரம். உனக்கே உனக்கே நமஸ்காரம். அறிபவையாவும் அறிந்தென்னகத்தென்னை அறிந்தவரென்றும் அமர்பவனே. உருந்துயரின்றியை உய்க்கும் ரமணா. உனக்கே உனக்கே நமஸ்காரம். உனக்கே உனக்கே நமஸ்காரம். நான் தூங்கும் பொழுதென்னுள் தூக்கம் கனவுமென் தோற்றமும் கண்டு துலங்குவனே. ஓங்கும் அறிவொளி ஒய்க்கும் ரமணா. உனக்கே உனக்கே நமஸ்காரம். உனக்கே உனக்கே நமஸ்காரம். மாயுமுடலக மாயமழித்தென்னை வாழ்வித்து நானென வாழ்பவனே. ஓயும் படிக்கனை உண்ணும் ரமணா. உனக்கே உனக்கே நமஸ்காரம். உனக்கே உனக்கே நமஸ்காரம். எல்லா பொழுதிலும் எல்லா விடத்திலும் எல்லாமா என்னுள்ளில் இருப்பவனே. ഉല്ലാസമായുള്ളുലാവും രമണ ഉനക്കേ ഉനക്കേ നമസ്കാരം ഉനക്കേ ഉനക്കേ നമസ്കാരം உனக்கே நமஸ்காரம் உனக்கே நமஸ்காரம் உண்மை பரம்பொருளே ரமணா மனக்கண் விளக்கிடும் மகக்கண்மணியே உனக்கே உனக்கே நமஸ்காரம் உனக்கே உனக்கே நமஸ்காரம்.
नमः परमऋषिभ्यो नमः परमऋषिभ्यः. हरिः ओम. उपासकानां यदुपासनीयम् उपात्तवासं वटशाखिमूले तद्धाम दाक्षिण्यम् अद्राक्षम् अक्षीणदयानिधानम् आचार्यम् आद्यमोनुदन्तम् विद्राविताशेषतमो गणेन मुद्राविशेषेण मुहुर्मुनीनाम् निरस्य मायां दयया विधत्ते देवो महान् तत्त्वमसीति बोधम् ममाद्यदेवो वटमूलवासी कृपाविशेषात्कृतसन्निधानः ओङ्काररूपाम् उपदिश्य विद्याम् आविद्यगध्वान्तमपाकरोतु सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. श्रुत्यर्थगोचरं वन्दे वाच्यार्थान् अपारसच्चित्सुखवारिराशेः यस्योर्मिमात्रं भुवनं समस्तं देहं मृण्मयवज्जडात्मकम् अहं बुद्धिर्न तस्यास्त्यतो नाहं तत्तदभावसुप्तिसमये सिद्धात्मसद्भावतः कोऽहं भावयुतः कुतो वरधिया दृष्ट्वात्मनिष्ठात्मनाम् सोऽहं स्फूर्तितया अरुणाचलशिवः पूर्णो विभाति स्वयम्. योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्यखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्नाम् अन्यांश हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्. By Bhagavan's Aparimita Kripa, we had the contemplate on Ulladinarpadu in Saddarsanam. Teaching Bhagavan has given in these two verses. The first verse as Jñānam and the second verse Bhakti. Jñānam, Atma Jñānam, Atma Vidya. For that, to attain that, one has to do inquiry, vicharam. And first of all, why are we seeking moksha, liberation? Bhagavan begins this with this in the Nanayaru, Who Am I? That everyone wants sukham. Misery, sorrow. Sukaya, dukkha, mokshaya. To be free of dukkha, to have sukham. And sukham is the very nature of the self. The sukham that you get from outside world is only temporary. It comes and goes. Anything that gives you intense sukham, pleasure, that itself will give you intense sorrow because it will one day leave you. Not only that, even while you are experiencing the sukham, you know that it will leave you, so the very thought will give you disturbance. So every sukham, every pleasure from outside world is accompanied by sorrow. In Gita, Bhagavan says, dukkha yonayaha evate. They all hide dukkham in them. So the Shashvata Sukham is only in the heart, in the self, and for that Bhagavan gives the pointer is deep sleep. Every day in deep sleep, devoid of any outer object, there is sukham. Even body is not there, senses are not there, mind is not there, even the feeling of I is not there. But you wake up and say, Sukhamaham aswapsam. Sukhama irundathu. That state gives you the intimation that sukham is there in your self, it is within you. Actually, Bhagavan begins the Who Am I, that book, with this. Atma Swarupa, that Sukha is Atma Swarupa. So, Swarupa Bhuta Sukham. To know that, one has to inquire, who am I? What is my real nature? This is first of all the simplest of all the riddles. Who am I? When you ask this question, koham, the first thing is, I know I am this body. If I am this body, the story ends in a very simple way by death. Many people have that argument also, that logic also. So many years I have lived without all this God, spirituality. Now few more years, over. If it is over like that, it is good. Those who have explored that plane beyond, they say it will not end like that. That is the easiest way to find out this afterlife is the inner world. The inner world is very much busy. It's in that plane. They call it as bardo. The state between, they call it as bardo. The state between death and the next birth and traveling, all these things. So, this is not simply some Harry Potter story. It's all deep science. So that proves that as long as you are identifying with the mind, the journey will not end here. The suffering will not end here. That is why Shankaracharya said, Punarapi Jñānam, Punarapi Maranam, Punarapi Janani Jatare Shayanam, Iha Samsare Bahu Dustare, Kripayapare Pahimurare. Again birth, again death, oh Lord, I am fed up. Manikya says, Ilaithen Yemberuman. So many births I took and now I have become tired. And when am I going to become free? Meyevun ponnadigal kandindru veeduttren. When I realized you, Satyam, truth, then I became free. This is what Buddha also told, this is what all the sages told. That is one side of the story. So when you inquire, the first thing is the knowledge that I am not the body. When you try to meditate also, this is the first thing. Just telling yourself, I am not the body. You sit still. Pinambol thirndu udalam. Let the body be still and tell yourself, I am not the body. The body never says I. And the inner mind, that also I am not. It is also visible, seen. I am not the thoughts. In the waking state, the body is there, mind is there, I am there. In dream state, if you analyze the dream state, the afterbirth is all included there. In the dream, the body has dropped, but the mind continues, I am. And in the deep sleep, neither the body exists nor the mind exists. Do I exist? You have to answer through your experience. Do you exist? The I thought is not there, but are you not alive? Are you not experiencing happiness? A strange kind of well-beingness. Who is experiencing it? So devoid of the most authentic state which everyone is experiencing every day. You have to take a dip in that state, otherwise it is difficult to live. Yadesha akasha anando nasyat. As the Shruti says, if this akasha ananda is not there, kaha pranyat. Who will continue to live, unnecessarily bear this load? Every day you can go and take a dip into that infinity, the state where you are not body, mind or ego, and come back, although unconscious. There is a lot of discussion in the Upanishad, There is a lot of discussion in the Bhashya, whether the person is taking dip in the Puritat Nadi or whether he is dipping in Karana Shariram, Avidya, Jnana. Everything is discussed, and the conclusion is he is merging in Brahman. It is not Ramana Maharshi or Shankaracharya, it is about you all and me. Every day, without knowledge, we are taking a dip into Brahma. That is why when you wake up, whatever may be waiting for you here in this waking state, you prefer to go back. Right? Everyone. You woke up by 2 o'clock, 2 more hours are there, or 4 more hours are there for you to wake up. You look at the timepiece, put Ashirvadam there and again go back. So happy to be free of this body, be free of this mind, be free of this limitation of personality. So you take a dip into that state without knowledge. Now you have to contemplate on that state so that you will get knowledge. So knowledge is very important. You have to contemplate on that state and absorb it. What is the difference between that state and now? The only difference is this I thought arises. The first thing is I. Then it gets connected with the mind, body. Oh, I am in Bengaluru. When you go back to sleep, the body vanishes, the mind, you float in many worlds, and the I also vanishes. Don't know what happens. Sukha. So, from this recognition comes the greatest breakthrough in spiritual life. Elumbum ahandai elumidattai neeril vizhunda porul kaana vendi moolgudarpor pechu moochadakki kondu ulle aazhந்து அறிய வேண்டும். Bhagavan gives a beautiful way to meditate. He says, find out how the I thought arises. From deep sleep, when you wake up, there is an interval, a sandhya. If you can become very vigilant, mindful, alert, then you can see that period, that interval where there is no mind, no body, no world, and there is a kind of, that is the moment when you want to go back. That is the moment when you feel very happy without body, mind, ego. That moment gives you a glimpse of your real nature, what is there within you. To recognize that, inquire into yourself what this I is. This is Jnana Yogam, Ramana Maharshi's teaching, everything. Look at the feeling of I. The I thought, two dimensions are there. One is the I am, the existence. But when you try to catch hold of the mind is made of thoughts. And all the thoughts are connected, filled with I thought. Avidya. It is avidya. Bhagavan says it is moola avidya. Ahamenum moola avidyai. The primal ignorance is acceptance of this I, this jiva bhava. So don't accept it, inquire. You look at it. What is this I? So here, the true spiritual seeking, as we read today morning, that Bhagavan's Marana Anubhava, it gives you the clue how to meditate. The real meditation is you get fascinated in this process of looking at yourself. Inwardly looking at the throb within you is the dance of Shiva. Dakshinamurti Stotram, as Bhagavad Pada says, Bhadraya Mudraya, that most auspicious sign, mudra of Dakshinamurti is Aham Aham. Balyadishvapi, Jagradadishu tatha, Sarvasu avastasvapi, Vyavrittasu, Anuvartamanam Aham Aham iti antaspurantam sada. Svatmanam prakatikaroti bhajatam yo mudraya bhadraya. Tasmai Shri Gurumurtaye Namaidam Shri Dakshinamurtaye. Balyam Kaumaram Yauvanam Vardhakyam Jagrat Sopana Sushupti. In all these states, they all change one after the other, one after the other. They slide. And behind that, something shines. Aham iti antaspurantam sada. A spurantam, the word is used. That spurana, that spurti, that pulsation of I. The true I, which is that consciousness, will not pulsate. No spandana there. So the spandana, for what is doing this spandana? The throb. It is the pure form of mind, the vritti. It's purest form. See, Bhagavan gives it in 3 states. Aham vritti, aham spurti, aham bodha. This aham vritti is ego, ahankara, lot of thoughts. And this ahankara is the center. Without ahankara, thoughts will not happen. Something is happening in the world, you are not affected. Something is happening in Bengaluru, you are not affected. Something is happening in your house, you are affected. In your body, you are more affected. So anything affects you, touches you, when it touches your I. When I am talking generally, you will listen. But if something hurts you, if I mention your name and say something, this ahankara, ahamvritti, chijjada granthi, the center of pain, suffering, you will see it active. To annihilate that center is moksha. As Bhagavan ends Ulladinarpadu like that, Ahantai Uru Ajidal Mukti. And that is the greatest benefit that Bhagavan says, those who think about Arunachala. Arunachalam yana ahame ninaippar ahattai vera rupai Arunachala. Those who think about Arunachala, contemplate on Arunachala, what happens? Their aham, their ahankara is rooted out. It looks very pleasing, but when he does the surgery, then you will know. No. The surgery is very painful, because to purify, we pray to Bhagavan, purify me. Purify me means what? No, Bhagavata, you have the story that Mahabali was very prosperous. He was the Chakravarti for the entire world. And this lad came there, that Chota boy, Vamana Murti. He came and asked for 3 feet bhumi, and with 2 pada he took everything, and no place for the 3rd pada. Then Mahabali said, Bhagavan, here I am here. You can take. Everyone was shocked. All the asuras said, no, don't give. You will be ruined. You don't know what he is asking. You know what Mahabali said? He is not asking. He is courteous enough to ask. Otherwise he will take. Because it all belongs to him. As I am a devotee, he is putting this drama of asking. Otherwise, what he did with my great-grandfather, he came out of the pillar, tore him apart. That is also anugraham. Sometimes such things, you have to interpret Purana like that. In your life, something happens like tearing you apart. You do not know that is anugraham. That is ahuntai uruvazhidal. People think when all glory is given to you, oh Bhagavan, anugraham. Bhagavan here is giving this much trouble to this king. And the asuras are telling him, why, what has happened to you? Yesterday also we were talking about devotees. Why? They should not have this kind of experiences. That is what everybody is telling to Mahabali. And Mahabali says, when he comes to take, when he was giving bountiful, we all accept it. But when he comes to take it back, why are we resisting? And when he has decided to take it back, no power in the world can rescue you. He says everything. Balena, Sachivaihi, Buddhya, Durgaihi, Mantra, Aushadadhibihi, Samadhibihi, Upayesha, Kalam Natyeti Vai Janaha. You cannot fight back with your balam, strength. Sachiva means you can take advice from some people, counseling. There are counselors who will give you counseling because they have problem. By counseling, they have to live. So you can go to them. They have certain pattern by which they can help you so that you can help them also. But when the real trouble, when he has decided to make you completely zero, nobody can help. We will come to that. He says, Sachiva, then Buddhi, with all power of I have so much knowledge. with that I can deal with these problems. No. And good doctors are there. What all disease problem? Nothing. I can go to them any amount, any place I can go. No? Swami Chinmayananda said to Tapovan Maharaj when he was very old, was about to drop the body, he said, I will take you to America. Tapovan Maharaj said, why? Nobody has died there? Yes. Nobody has died there. So, Durgaihi mantra, that is another thing. So many people are there. You chant this mantra, all problem will go. You have to see whether the mantravadi has problem or not. Aushadadibi, Sama, Dana, Bheda, Danda, everything you use, nothing will work, he says. Then what should I do? I will show you. He says, Bhagavan, the anugraha that you are doing to me, nobody will do in the world. When you want to make one person happy, you will give him something. Give him money, or you are going to Guru, you give him fruit. You go to some house, children are there, you take some sweet. You love somebody, you give them something. To your children, you give them the house or wealth, anything, right in their name. So the world, people know only one way of making another person happy, that is by giving. Only two help you by not giving, but by taking whatever you have. And those two are Bhagavan and Guru. Guru does that in renunciation. Everything is taken. As Bhagavan, Ramana Bhagavan says in Aksharamana Malai, Shirai Alittu, Nirvanamai Sheidu, Arul Shirai Alittu, Arul Arunachala. You just remove everything that covers the self and give me your grace, Arul. So, Tvam naha asuranam parokshaf paramo guruhu. Mahabali says, Bhagavan, you are the parama guru. Who else will bless us like this? And you know, even Brahma comes and tells Bhagavan, what are you doing? That poor boy is, everything is taken away from him. And Bhagavan told Brahma, whomever I want to bless, I will bless only like this. Yasya anugraham ichchami tad visho vidhunomyaham. For whatever he becomes, oh, this is mine, that I will break. Not for all. Don't be afraid. Not for all. Those who are qualified for this spiritual life, sometimes Bhagavan plays this game of Mahakripa. This is called Mahakripa. That stupendous descendants of Kripa. So when it comes, ego is rooted out. Ahankara is removed. And the greatest blessing is given. The person will not know that it is blessing at that time. But later on he will understand this is the greatest kripa that Bhagavan did, anugraha that Bhagavan did. This is the way he gives anugraha. That is what is sung here. Ahantai uru vazhithal. Mrityunjayam mrityubhyashritanam ahammatihi mrityumupaiti purvam. When a person takes refuge at the feet of Mrityunjaya, Shiva, what does Shiva do? he removes his ahammati, his ego. Abhimana. Manam kondu urupavar. Manathai azhittu abhimanamilladholir arunachala. Because of manam, so much difficulty. When Bhagavan gives a big list in Gita about Jñānam, he says first thing is amanitvam. No unassuming, no manam, no ego. So manam kondu urupavar. People suffer due to ego, the limitation, manathai azhittu. By destroying their ego, abhimanam illadu olir arunachala. When that abhimana is removed, the person becomes jivan mukta, liberated. The only thing that stands in between is this ego. Although because it is not real. Bhagavane ahankaram pohamatengirde Bhagavane. When devotee said, Bhagavan said, Irunda thane porthukku. The ego is not going. It is not there. The snake appearance in a rope, you cannot drive it out. You bring in light and see, then you will find there is no snake. If you try to drive it out, you will fail. You will become exhausted. The unreal cannot be driven out. The unreal cannot be killed. You bring in light, then you know the unreal as unreal. That's all. Then reality shines forth. So when you inquire what is this I, what is this ahankara, then you know the ahankara is not real, and there you find the pure Chaitanya. Shuddha Bodha Swabhavaha. That is Ulla Porul. This is direct method, Jnana Marga, inquiring who am I. Although it is direct, although it is simple, Bhagavan said utterly simple. Ayye ati sulabham. Anma vittai ayye ati sulabham. This Atma Vidya is very, very sulabham, Bhagavan. Noyyartamakkum ulam kayyamalagakkani poyyai ozhiyamigu meyyai uladu anma. That Atma is miga meyyai uladu. It is very, very direct, immediate. Always you have the experience of I am within you. You can never become an atheist. It is impossible, because how can you deny your existence? You know that existence, now explore it. If you are genuine, explore it. Find out what it means, what is its nature. This is Jnana Yoga. If you are not ready for that, then comes the second path. You have all the suffering, difficulty in the world, surrender to Ishvara. Mrityunjayam mrityubhyashritanam aham matir mrityumupaiti purvam. You cannot do by yourself, surrender. Whatever belongs to him, give to him. The body is yours, Bhagavan. Anna malayai adiyenai anda andre avi udal kondai yanakor kurai undo. Bhagavan says it is not surrender. Actually, we speak about surrender. Surrender means what? We are able to do it. But it is actually not like that. It is his power playing on you. It makes you surrender. Atkollal. So, anda andre, when you caught hold of me as Arunachala, avi udal konda, you took away my body and mind. This body is now, I do not have the body. I neither have the body nor the mind. It is with you. Avi udal kondai. And follows another statement where Bhagavan says, Enakor kurai undo. Because all kurai is due to body and mind. All limitation, all flaws, all bad habits, good habits, everything is due to the body idea. Kama, krodha, lobha, moha, everything is why? Because of this sack filled with flesh. For this, all this fight, all this government election, traveling, working, all for what? Maintaining this body. And will you be able to do it? One day goes away. So this body, Bhagavan, it is yours. And this mind, me, also yours. I don't exist. Ramakrishna used to say, Naham, Naham, Tvam, Tvam. Tell Divine Mother, you alone exist, I don't exist. You alone exist, I don't exist. No, in sadhana, when you have difficulty, you are not able to become quiet. The mind is beyond control. In such state, you can use this mantra. Do namaskara again and tell, oh Bhagavan, you alone exist. I don't exist. This body is yours, this mind is yours, I belong to you. I don't exist. Naham, Naham, Tvam, Tvam. This is like mantra. If you are not able to do who am I, say this. I belong to Bhagavan. This body is yours, this mind is yours. Then what is with me? Nothing. Enakkur kurai undo. I have no kurai, no flaw. Nothing is lacking. Enakkur kurai undo, kurayum gunamum. Whatever is there in life as good and bad. Ni allal enne nivatrai. It is all yours, it is all you only. Yannam yaduvo adishayvai. Said Bhagavan, whatever you want to do with me, you do with me. Means what? Whatever comes in my life, I am ready to accept. No resistance, no reaction, no complaint. I will swallow it because it is your prasada. Enakkor kurayundo kurayum gunamum niyallal enneni vatrai. I will not think about them. But this looks like a technique. This looks like a method. But it is possible only for a Mahabhakta. It is actually more difficult than Jnana Marga. Only when that true bhakti, hold on Bhagavan is there, it is possible. Hence, Bhagavan concludes that prayer with this Kanne undan kajalinayil kadal perukke taruvaye. He says, O Arunachala, Kanne, he calls my beloved Arunachala, Ishvara, un kajalinayil, at your feet, means what? Your sannidhi, your presence. Kadal perukke taruvai, not simple some love, going before the temple you do like this. Axe namaskara. Kutara namaskara, we say. No, not like that. Kadal peruk, that love, that bhakti is immense. The Bhagavad Bhakti, see, in that Bhakti comes the sweetness of life. Even after knowing the truth through Jñānam, Jñātva Jñānena Sahitam Bhajamam Bhakti Bhavataha. As Bhagavata says, after There comes the true celebration of life. The entire life after Jnanam is Bhakti. Bhagavan Ramana, what did he do? 54 years after enlightenment, the only thing that he did is worship of Arunachala. Samayachara, as Sri Vidya they say, like that Bhagavan's worship was silent. Looking at Arunachala, going around Arunachala. T.K. Sundareshwarayar used to say, we will put that Parambatati, that covering there. Otherwise Bhagavan will not look at us. The moment he looks at Arunachala, you will be lost. Leave that hold on bhakti, what will you have? Your mind. What should I do? Today night, dosa or idli. Tomorrow morning, again the same thing. And then my family problem, this problem, that problem. Nothing is there. What is Trump going to do? Modi going to do? All this nonsense we will have, because what else? So, the bhakta, the rest of the time, what should he do? From morning to night, he should have this kala of bhakti, the greatest kala. Ananda kala. This is Lalita Sahasranama says Ananda kala. Chit kala Ananda kalika prema rupa priyankari. Nama parayana prita. This is called Nandi Vidya. Nandi Vidya Nateshwari. The Vidya which will give you Nandanam, Ananda, bliss. I am giving the free commentary here. Don't go to what is written in the Bhashya and come back to me. So this is Ananda Kala. This bhakti is Ananda Kala. From Pratah Kala to night, the bhakta is somehow engaged spiritually. Then Shankaracharya says, Muktaha Khalu. Such a person is a Jivan Mukta. Kanjit Kalam Umamahesha Bhavataf Padaravindarchanaihi Kanchit Dhyana Samadhibhishanutibihi Kanchit Katha Karnanaihi Kanchit Kanchit Avekshanaishanatibihi Kanchit Dasham Idrishim Yafprapunoti Mudatvadarpita Manaha Jivan Samukta Khalu. He is a Jivan Mukta because he has no time for any worldly thought or thinking or vyavahara. Morning he wakes up, early morning, Brahma Muhurta. When he wakes up, then itself starts his bhakti, worshipping the Lord, doing Namaskaram. And then Snana, Sandhya Anushtana, Japa, Parayana, Bhagavad Kathashravana, Nama Sankirtana, like that the whole day, Dhyana, Samadhi, everything, in whatever standard he can do, till night he continues. So Nitya Utsavam Bhavatyesham, Nitya Shrihi, Nitya Mangalam, Esham Hridisto Bhagavan Mangalayatano Harihi. Every day is Deepavali. Not one day dabar disturbing everybody. The real Deepavali is when you have this Atma Deepam, then your life is a Deepavali, a celebration. One song, Tukaram, one Abhang, he says, for us every day is Deepavali, he says. Because you have Bhagavad Mukhi Nama Hati Moksha, he says. There is Nama there and you have Moksha in your hand. You chant Bhagavad Nama, you have Bhagavad Bhakti, Bhagavad Bhava. So that Bhakti Marga, the rest of the life is filled with Bhakti. For Yogi, it is filled with Samadhi. For a jnani, samadhi is not needed. But Sadashiva Brahmendra says, like a Chakravarti, a king, when he gets time, what will he do? He will play Chaturangam. Like that, the jnani is also spending his time in samadhi. Sarvatmatam upagatopi munihi samadhim purvanuvrittam ayate samayapanutye paryapta sarva vibhava kshitipopi kala niryapanaya kurute chaturangalilam. Nothing else to do. So what does he do? He spends his time. Chandrasekhara Bharati Swami was doing Shiva Puja. So one scholar saw this and he said, Acharya has attained the highest. Why are you doing Shiva Puja? Chandrasekhara Bharati Swami asked him, what else should I do? He said, what else should I do? So what else, what this body mind has practiced, that it is doing. If it is Bhagavad Katha, Shravana, Kathana, that also. Smaranta smarayantasya mitaha agaugaharam harim bhaktya sanjadaya bhaktya bibrati utpulakam tanum. As Bhagavata says, after that attainment, what does the Mukta Purusha do? He is constantly recollecting that state and making others also recollect that state. Smarayantaha. And no sin comes in the life. Agauga haram. Sin means what? Sin means, time pass is sin. You have some time, take the mobile, ruined. So don't have time. Bhaktya, sanjadaya bhaktya. There is sadhana bhakti. This jabam, satsanga, this is sadhana bhakti. What we are doing is sadhana bhakti, and from this sadhana bhakti, siddha bhakti comes. Sanjadaya bhaktya bibrati utpulakam tanum. The body is all, there is, because of Ananda, there is romanja, horripilation. Modern language, they use goosebump. It looks like some goose. That is why. Romanja, the hair stands with Ananda. That Ananda comes. With that Ananda, the Mukta or the Bhakta is leading his life in that Ananda, that Santosha. Only when that Santosha is there, others also will get attracted. Oh, the Bhakta is very happy, Santosha. Bhakti, always mood of, right? Because Sarvam Vyartham. इसे जीवन में कुछ सार नहीं है, जीने का अधिकार नहीं है. There is a song like that. No joy in life. Live like that, and others they see, they also become morose, completely drained out. Many people complain, our children, grandchildren, they are not coming to this path. Why? It is because of you. They have seen your bhakti like that, no joy, no ananda, nothing. So when they see your ananda, they also feel, oh, the ananda is there. See, everyone is seeking ananda. Anando brahmeti vyajanat Anandadeva khalvimani bhutani jayante Anandena jatani jivanti Anandam prayantya bisamvishantiti. One person, one devotee of Ramakrishna, after Sri Ramakrishna's Mahasamadhi, Ramakrishna's disciple Swami Brahmananda was there. He was an Ananda Purusha. He was like Ramakrishna. So much of tapas was there in him that people used to feel that divine waves, Ananda Lahari, in his presence. So one devotee took another person to Swami Brahmananda after much cajoling and telling him that Maharaj is a realized person, he is a great bhakta, you come, like that. There will be, this person thought there will be a lot of bhakti talk there. But when they went there, that whole day, Swami Brahmananda was not talking about God. He was talking about various sweets available in Calcutta. And so many other topics. And the devotee who took this devotee, he felt very bad because today no bhajan, no nama sankirtana. I have, after so much convincing him, I have brought him here. And here Swami is talking politics or about sweets, eating good food, all these things. About music, many other things. No God talk. So after this, when they were about to leave, they did Namaskara and they were about to leave, Swami Brahmananda gave them something to eat, some sweet, and said, once in a while we talk about God also, he said. But you know, the effect was when they came out, this person who came, you know, he said, in my whole life I never had this kind of experience. The joy that I had in that presence. So, this satsanga is not about simply talking. It is the spiritual presence of a saint. There you feel the joy, there you feel the ananda, the bliss. It can be ananda like bhakti or shanti. When it is jnana marga, it is shanti. It is profound peace. And this a person gets when he surrenders to Bhagavan. When you surrender to Bhagavan, Bhagavan takes care of your worldly life and spiritual life. Your worldly life, how it has to be dealt, he alone knows. That is why, you know, Arjuna won the war in Kurukshetra. When? You know, he won the war on that day when he chose Krishna as the charioteer. If you would have made the mistake of choosing the army, you would not have won the war. The greatest choice is choosing Krishna. And that too, Krishna said, I will not fight. Doesn't matter. You be there. So that non-doing principle, he chose that Bhagavad Tattva. And there he won the war. Like that, in our life also, when we choose Bhagavan, when we surrender to him, Sharanagati, then Mrityubhyashritanam, that Mrityubhi means the danger of not having this knowledge is Mrityubhayam. Not simply fear of death. It is the consequence of Ajnana, ignorance, is Mrityubhayam. When you know that if you cannot have this knowledge, as Bhagavan Ramana says, you, O Arunachala, Ariyam Karunai Annale, Enna Ahamiha Nananannidumal, Vazhini Arunachala. He says, without your grace, I would have fallen into the dungeon. or what? That wasteland, that sewage, he calls the life in ignorance as pazhu, shunyata, great suffering, tuyaram. In Tamil, the word is tuyaram. Pazhinil veezhadu, before I could fall into that pazhu, you pulled me away and made me thalinil, made me stay in your padam, in your charanam. Ezhayai kaathu un padathil nirutti vaithanaye aaliyam karunai annale. This is compassion. This is karuna. Without that karuna, I don't know what I would have done, O Lord. Vajini Arunachala. Let everyone have this, Bhagavan says. For that you should be here. You should not vanish. You should be here so that whoever comes behind me, they will also get this benefit. You will rescue them also. You will give them. Ananda is our Swarupa. Shanti is our Swarupa. Once you have this knowledge, then rest is whatever may be your prarabdha. Jñāte tattve kaha samsaraha. Once you know this tattvam, no samsara. You will be living in a family, in the world, working, doing your work. Nothing will affect you. Asango hi ayam purushaha. You can work in the world, you can have your prarabdha, but you can remain unaffected, untouched by ignorance, by maya. And this is the fortress of Bhagavan's feet, Jñānam. When you know, have this true knowledge, then you are like protected in a fortress. And you can have that fulfillment, tripti, as we spoke about it. Vidyaranya said, tripti. Bhagavan had that great tripti. In Annamalai, Bhagavan was wandering in the hill. He had no spare cloth, only a kaupinam, not even a spare kaupinam. In that state, Bhagavan wrote this song. He had one tund, one towel. He used to clean his body with that. The whole towel was full of holes. Murugana wrote a song in which he said, Sahasraksha came to serve Maharshi in the form of this towel. Now, Sahasraksha is Indra, so many eyes. So in such a state, he says, Enakur kurai undu. See, we with so much money, going to the temple in a very rich car and complaining to Bhagavan. And Bhagavan is keeping his Shulam, Sudarshana Chakram to not to hit Asura, to hit us. We should go to temple only to express our gratitude. Bhagavan, you have done so much to me, I am happy. You try that, then bhakti will come. Bhakti is gratitude. Bhakti is not this looking at the list board in the temple and every, what will you call in Kannada for that? Vazhipadu? Seva. All seva is okay. But this is, I will do this, I will get something. If that is the attitude, if you start playing business with him, he is a good business player. He will see to it that you become pauper. So he is not a person with whom you can play. How to play this Chaturangam. My Mamaji will play. Shaguni. And Yudhishthira, always a fool. Krishna said, you could have told, I do not know to play, Krishna will play. This danger would not have happened. Then itself I would have finished. But he didn't tell that. So allow Bhagavan to play your life. Vacate the seat. Driverless car. It is driverless car. He is the driver. You are not the driver. Hand over the vehicle to him. You will be free. This is entire bhakti. For me, the problem is, I will sit this side of the car and drive. Many people do that. Don't do that. Vacate the driver's seat. Ishvara is driving. For the onlooker, you are doing everything, but inwardly know that kayena, vacha, manasa, indriyairva, buddhyatmana va, prakrite subhavat, karomi yadyat sakalam parasmai, narayanayeti samarpayami. This is bhakti. With my body, whatever I do, kayena. With my mouth, whatever I speak, vacha. Manasa, with my mind, whatever I think. Indriyehi, with my senses, whatever I do. Prakritehe swabhava, due to my vasana, due to my swabhava, prakriti. I offer to you, O Lord. This is not simply to escape. It is to make him hold you. Once you start feeling that he is holding you, he is driving the vehicle, he will take you to the destination without any traffic jam. But his route will not be as you know. That will be his own way. Anadvaga, as we said. Through the pathless path he will drive. But your work is to hand over the thing. And to hand over, you need bhakti, prema. Kanne undan kadalinayil kadal perukke taruvai. That kadal is pure love. Absolute love. Without that love, this handing over will not happen. Because you should know that you have to feel him. When Mahabali handed over this, Bhagavan said, now you will feel me every moment. You will feel my protection every moment. You will see me right in front. Rakshishye sarvatoham tvam. From every danger you are protected. Sanugam, whoever follows you, they are also protected. Saparichadam, whatever is needed for you in this life, it is protected. Sada sannihitam. Nearby you will feel me. Drakshyate bhavan, you will behold, you will see. What kind of anugraha is this? This anugraha is Bhagavad Kripa. When you do surrender, truly, after doing all spiritual sadhana, at last what should you do? Surrender. After churning curd, what should you do? Keep quiet for a little time. The curd will come up. You have to stop the churning. Like that you do sadhana and at last you surrender. You do Sharanagati. Ishvara pranidhana samadhi siddhi Ishvara pranidhanat. When Ishvara pranidhana is done, the devotee experiences samadhi. Ishvara anubhava, sakshatkara comes to him. Then his life is fulfilled, blessed. The highest bhakti comes there. So this is the second song. Maranabhayam Mikkulavam Makkal. Aranaga. Aran means the sannidhi where you can do surrender. Aranaga Maranabhavamilla Maheshan Charaname Sharvar. They get attached to Ishvara's Charanam. Tam Sharvodu Tam Shavutrar. Then all their problem will die. Sharbu means attachment, ignorance. And we can say all problems. All their problems will die with that. You surrender to Bhagavan, Tam Sharvodu Tam Shavutrar. Shavannam Sharvaro. Again, will they think about death? Will they think about samsara? Will they think about problem? Will they think about difficulty? Because Bhagavan is running the show. Why should I bother about it? He is the doer. I am not the doer. All that comes if you hold on to him. That is why at last we have to say, hold on to him. Chant his nama constantly. The simple tablet. This is the simple way to remember him constantly. Always make it a habit that you recollect that Ishvara, that Ananda Tattva. Otherwise you will always think about this limited personality, my, nit. It's English my. Bhagavan says, mayai nit, mayinal unadu unmai vasham akkinai arunachala. He said, remove this my. My means ignorance. Remove the ignorance by the mai, the anjanam, the collyrium of Jñānam. Then you see everything is Atma. Everywhere there is Atma. Atma alone is there. And that is Unmai, Satyam, Anubhuti. So this comes to the person. On one side, you see the limitation. On another side, you see the limitless. Amritam chaiva mrityuscha. This side you see mrityu, that side you see amritam. Once you see the mrityu, you surrender to the amritam. And that amritam is Bhagavat Swarupam. It is Ananda Swarupam. It is the real mother, father, everything is he. Bhagavan said, your father, I am your father, I am your mother, I am your relative, I am your grandfather. Mamiyum, Mamanum, Pattanum, Muppattanum avan. Trinavakarsar said, everything is he. Pitahamasya jagataha mata dhata pitamaha vedyam pavitram onkaraha riksama yajurevacha gatihi bharta prabhu sakshi nivasaha sharanam suhrt. He is the friend, greatest friend. Pralaya nivasa sharanam suhrt prabhava pralaya sthanam nidanam bijam avyayam. He is father, mother, brother, everything. Once you hold on to that Bhagavat Tattvam, then only life becomes saralam. And Bhagavan is Sulabha. In Vishnu Sahasranama there is a nama which is Sulabha, Suvarta Siddha. He is Sulabha because he is your own Atma. He is your own self. Sulabhashayam atyanta. Sujayascha apta bandhuvat. Sharira Padma Kuhare Sarveshamiva Shatpadaha. It's very sulabha. So that saulabhya is, utilize it by chanting the Nama, constantly recollecting Him, that smarana, let it be there. This, if you forget all other things, you remember this much, that is enough. Bhagavan Nama Japa, Yajñānam Japa Yajñosmi. Hold on to it. Along with that self-inquiry, everything will come. If you ask, what should I do? You do this. Start training yourself, constant japa. Bhagavan Nama Japa. That will give you Bhagavat Prapti, Bhakti, Jñānam, Sakshatkara. Tulasidas says, that we have translated and put in our Japayoga Sudhanidhi also. If you keep a lamp in the corridor of your house, the light will come inside and outside. Like that, if you keep the Nama in your tongue, you will have light inside and light outside. Prosperity outside and Shanti inside. So this is Dhanyata. So this is the simple method which can make you truly spiritual. All other things has Jnanam, Anubhavam has to come from within. And the best thing that sadhana, as a sadhana you can do is to japa, 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 japa. Not japa of any stotra, stuti, etc. That you have to by heart and remember. That you can do for some time. But constant. Train yourself to do that. So that even in sleep that Bhagavan Nama will throb inside you. Pray to Bhagavan only for that. Bhagavan, let your Nama stay with me. Because that Shabda Brahma, it is Shabda Brahma. It contains Bhagavan. Anbodu un namam kel anbartam anbarukku anbanayida arunar. Bhagavan says, if you hold on to your Nama, I will be his friend. So what more do you need? So this is simple sadhana that you can do. We will again continue whenever Bhagavan decides this satsanga here. Till then, hold on to this satsanga. We will see in Tiruvannamalai, Kartike Deepam satsangam is there. After that, Bhagavan's Jayanti satsangam, all that constant satsanga will be there. So whenever possible, in Arunachala Darshanam, you can have this satsanga. Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva,
Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala Shiva, Arunachala,
Yato mamatma bhavasi tvameva tato na vachyam mama kinchidasti yatha taveshtam kurumam tathaiva tvamatmanatham ramanam bhajami. One announcement. This book, In the Still Lake of Contemplation, they have re-edited and added some more portion, and it is republished. So that book is available here. And Shruti Gita, of course, we have already announced. I think many of the devotees, they have already got the book now. So this book is a new edition. Is in the Still Lake of Contemplation.
Namaskaram. Sri Guru Bhyo Namaha. Shruti Smriti Prananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram. I'm extremely happy today that Swamiji consented to be here with us for the last 3 days and continue to show us the path of spiritual life, which at least in my case, somewhere I think I lost. So I picked it back from him. Swamiji has been extremely kind in dealing with this kind of predicament that we all go through on a daily basis. I'm grateful to him, Swamiji, that you could spend your precious time with us and look forward to more such occasions in the future. This is, I think, the 4th year that we have been doing this kind of satsang. Swami has been very kind in agreeing to giving us the time despite his preoccupation. Thanking him would be an extremely understatement, which I don't wish to do this. On my behalf and on behalf of all of you, I like to pray, I like to submit my pranams to the lotus feet of Acharya and move on thereon. I also have the pleasant task of thanking all of you for having come here in big numbers and making this a very fruitful event for the last 3 days. Particularly, it was a spiritual journey that we were embarking on, and that made a lot of difference to us. This also gives us the encouragement that we should continue doing this more often with more number of such programs. I have to thank the trustee of Kuchalambal, who has been very kind. He's a good friend of mine and very kind in providing this hall whenever I have asked for. Particularly the trustee, Mr. Gurudat, who is not here at the moment, but my personal thanks to him. Janardhan, who took the initiative of ensuring that these programs are showed live right across in the last 3 days without any known interruptions. I didn't receive any complaint from anybody that they didn't get this. That's a good response to an activity of this kind. All this has been possible by me only because I do these things under the auspices of South Bengaluru Dharmic Samaj, a Samaj which runs in Bangalore for almost 25 years now. And we keep having such programs to enlighten ourselves through enlightened people like Swamiji in our pursuit to spiritual life. Our next program will be in December 20th and 21st, Maharudram, which we conduct every year, followed by Shasta Pridi. We also plan to have a December 20th and 21st. We also plan to have a Rukmini Kalyanam in the month of February. The details will be sent to you in due course. May I request Mr. Shankaranarayan to offer? Sri Shankaranarayan is the Vice President of the Samajam here.
ஆமா.
Just one small announcement. Since Swamiji has to leave shortly, we had planned to have this darshan coming through the stage in the morning itself. So my kind request to all of you not to crowd in the stage because he has to move on. Anybody who wants to go through, you may kindly walk.